This Faith Thing, episode 35.
Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is trusting in God with all your heart. Faith is knowing that all things are possible with God, that nothing is too difficult for God to do. This faith thing can be easy when we have God on our side. Faith is the word of God.
Good morning, everyone. Or should I say good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time of day you're listening to this episode. Welcome to the very first official episode of DunniTalks. This episode, or these episodes, are geared to me answering one question from one of my lovely listeners about whatever the question is. Any question that you send is completely fine. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to structure it in a particular way. Just be free and ask your question. You can reach me via our Facebook page at This Faith Thing, or you can send me an email to Adeola at thisfaiththing.com, and I will answer the question. I will send you a snippet of the response, but if your question is going to be featured on the episode, then I will also let you know that. Also, this is going to be once a week. We're going to start doing these episodes once a week, more than likely on Saturdays. I will just answer the question that has been sent sometime during the week on any given topic. And I plan that every episode of DunniTalks will be no more than 10 minutes. So I can just get the answer straight out to you. I will answer it very honestly as a regular person who's living life just like you are. But I will also give you Bible reference points that you can always refer to help you and move you closer to your goal with God, your faith walk with God. And so the first question that we're going to feature on this episode, is from an anonymous person. She does not want to be recognized, and that's fine. And her question is, there are so many things competing for our attention nowadays: family, friends, social media, entertainment like music and television. With all of that constantly in our faces, how do we stay away from the distractions and stay focused on building a relationship with God? Thank you so much for the question. And this question was sent because of my mentioning of music. The person mentioned that I mentioned music as a form of negative distraction in my episode from yesterday. And so you're very right. You're very right. We have many distractions. Actually, we live in a very fast-paced world. Everything is constantly moving. And sometimes, unfortunately, I say when I see things moving so fast that we're always moving, going in a rush all the time. And sometimes we're actually going nowhere. And that's a problem. That's a big problem, because we do have many distractions facing us, or we're facing them. In 2015, money, media, religious wars, relationships, work, secular life, and so much more. And it's so hard for people to try to keep up. You're trying as much as possible to find your place in this fast-paced world, but a lot of times people forget the ultimate goal. And the ultimate goal is to please God, because we were created for God, and our ultimate goal is to make sure that whatever He sent us here on earth for, it needs to be accomplished. You have to find a way to accomplish it. And it's your job as a child of God. It's your job to discover what He created you for. So I'm going to give you 5 tips that I think can work, because these are the things that have worked for me. I was once upon a time someone who always wanted to please everybody, with making myself angry at it. Or maybe I should rephrase that. I would try to please the world, and in the end, I will be so displeased with myself because I wasn't really happy. And so I had to start implementing these things that I'm going to share with you right now to make sure that I drown out all the noise that is around me, all the noise that I was receiving from left and right. And the first thing that I did for myself was, and I think that anyone can implement these 5 steps, and once you begin to implement them, it will help you out tremendously. The first thing is to focus on God, and focus on God only. Look to God only. When you begin to look at your left, your right, your back, and you see all these people, you're trying to keep up with everybody. You want to buy the latest car, you want to buy the latest house, you want to buy the latest gadget, and you're so confused about what you need to do for your life, you're going to be distracted. That is a form of noise. Focus on God only, friends. When you focus on God, it makes it so much easier because now you know you're only trying to please God. Hebrews 12:2 says, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. Only look to God, friends. When you look at anyone else, you're going to be distracted. That is a guarantee. So pay attention to God. The second thing is to pray. 1 Thessalonians 5:17 says that we should pray ceaselessly. Pray ceaselessly. Pray all the time, friends. Pray all the time. When you pray for help and you're asking God for help, because you cannot make it on this journey by yourself, friends. You cannot. Anyone who tries to do it on their own, you're going to fail. So you need to try as much as possible to make it a habit, an everyday habit, to pray all the time. And I'm not just talking about once a day. Waking up in the morning time and saying, thank you, Jesus, for waking me up is not enough. You need to pray, commit your day before him, commit whatever it is that you're doing before him, commit your activities before him, your job that you work 9 to 5, commit it before him so that he will guide your steps. When you pray to God and you invite him into your situation, when you invite him into your situation, into your life, then he makes everything easy. Prayer is a form that we have to use to get God into our situations. God does not impose in our affairs. We have to invite God into our affairs, and you do so through prayer. So pray all the time. The third thing, be realistic and have a vision of where you want to go. Be realistic, friends. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. I remember when I was growing up, my mother always used to tell my sisters and I that fingers are not equal. Look at your fingers. She would ask us to look at our fingers, and she would ask us, are they equal? And we will tell her no. They're not equal, and that is the truth. Your life is not equal to somebody else. The reason why God created you is completely different from why he created the next person. Even twins born on the same day, identical twins, let's take identical twins, born on the same day, all right? They came out from the same egg, same sperm, split into half. They are not the same individual. They have their own journey. They have their own destiny. God created both of them for a reason. So you cannot compare yourself, your life, to somebody else. Be realistic. Set realistic goals for yourself. Have a vision. Have a plan for yourself. And when you do so, it makes it easy. Proverbs 29:18 says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Where there is no vision, the people perish. So if you don't have a realistic goal set for yourself, you're going to be mixed in this unnecessary noise that people face today. And you want to eliminate that for your life. The fourth thing is surround yourself with people going in the same direction. Always surround yourself, friends. Don't have friends that are not going anywhere. Birds of the same feather, they flock together. Furthermore, 2 Corinthians 6:14 says, be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. Don't be unequally yoked. If someone that you're hanging around is going absolutely nowhere, then you need to change lanes. Well, let me say that differently. You need to get out of the car, get into a new car, and then definitely change lanes. You don't want to be following the person who's taking you absolutely nowhere. And if you know the person is going nowhere, you can't be afraid to tell them, you know, it's looking like this relationship is just not going to work. We may have to go our separate ways. You have to be ready to take ownership of your life. Nobody else is going to take ownership of your life but you. That is a serious noise that I see in today's society where people are trying to please their friends when they should be trying to please God. Why would you be trying to please a human being here on earth? That person can't get your salvation. That person can't get you into heaven. Your salvation and you getting into heaven is about you, your works. You're going to be tested by your works, not the next person. So be smart about who you hang around with. If the person is not going anywhere, then you need to change lanes, change cars, change lanes, change everything, honey. You need not to be in the same environment with those type of people because they will draw you down. They will bring you back down. And you're trying to move up in life. You're trying to make it in life so that ultimately you accomplish what God sent you here for. And then the fifth thing that I think for me, after, of course, looking unto God, is probably the most important thing, is aiming to be happy. Aim to be happy while incorporating wisdom and understanding in everything that you do. When I said to myself that, you know what, the only thing that matters to me after pleasing God is being happy, my life has been completely different, friends. It has been completely different. The moment I've decided that I want to make sure that I'm happy and that everything that I do makes me happy, that when I lay down at night and I think about my day and I say, oh, wow, today was an awesome day, and I'm happy about it, that was the day that my life really, really changed. Stop trying to please everybody but God. It just is too much. When you're trying to please everyone but God, and you're trying to please people who, at the end, they don't matter. Really? They are so unnecessary, inconsequential people in your life. So aim to be happy. Proverbs 3:13 says, happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. The moment that you have wisdom and understanding about your life and about what it is that you need to be doing, how you need to be accomplishing everything here that God has sent you for, man, friends, your life becomes completely different. So, to the writer of the question, I hope that this has helped you. I hope that this has given you some insight. I'm looking at my time and I'm trying to keep in this 10-minute time frame. I may have to bump this thing up to 15 minutes, but I just want everybody who's listening, I just want everybody to have a happy life and to live life the way God has intended us to live it here on earth while making it to heaven. It's definitely possible, friends. You just have to be willing, and you have to be ready to work, put in the work, and to completely drown out the noise, take out the noise, like eliminate it completely from your life. And my prayer for you is that as you continue on this walk, on this journey of life, that God will make everything perfect for you. Every crooked path before you, he'll make it straight. By chance, if you are riding in the wrong car, riding on the wrong lane, I pray that God will by himself lift you up and put you into the correct lane so that you go in the right direction for your life. And I pray that all will be well with you from now on. Thank you so much for your question. And friends, if you have a question that you want me to answer, please send me an email at Adeola@thisfaiththing.com. That's Adeola @thisfaiththing.com, or you can send it to me through my Facebook page. I hope that you've enjoyed this very first official episode of DunniTalks, and I will speak with you on our next episode. God bless you.
Thank you for tuning in to This Faith Thing with Adeola. Please head on over to the website at thisfaiththing.com to find the show notes and everything mentioned inside of this podcast. I pray that you have been blessed. Go in peace, and I will see you in the next episode. God bless you.